We'll talk about these companies here. And afterwards, in a few minutes, I want to ask one person from each company to come up here on stage and stand in your place, where your name is. But before, I want to tell you how we do this and why we do this. We have a big panel of 45 people around the world that nominate companies that they think are good. That's the panel part of it. And we screen them, look at them, and see if they're good enough. If they are, we contact them. And if they still want to take part, they have to turn in a case. It's a demanding thing, if you will. They have to write about themselves and kind of reflect on them, who they are. And I want to make a change with this. And I want to tell you a small story about Fingrid. Fingrid was nominated for the first 3 years. They didn't win for the first 2 years, but they won for the third year. And Fingrid is a transmission company. Why does a transmission company need to be a brand? One would ask himself. So Jukka, the CEO, he liked the idea. So he convinced this organization that they should take part. It took some convincing, he told me, but they did. They didn't win, but they didn't give up. They were also nominated the second year. They didn't win, they didn't give up. For the third year, they won, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is this changed the organization, if you will. He started to see change how people thought about the customer, how they spoke internally, and how they viewed themselves. That's the power of brand. It's a human resource thing. It's a business thing. We have a tool here, and actually it's out there if you want to look into it. It's quite an interesting thing. All the brands that are touching retail customers, they have to run a survey. It's based on this, and these things are the 3 pillars of a brand. You may disagree with me, and please challenge me on it, but that's what the academia says. If you do those 3 things, and you do them properly, and you measure them correctly, you can know how good you are as a brand. So when I go around the world and I promote this product to people, they say, but we're already measuring. But they are doing NPS, which is fine. They are doing some brand tracking, which is fine. But that's like the story of the elephant. If I'm measuring the nose of the elephant and I go back and explain it, I'll explain a snake. So these are the things that we measure. We have a lot of questions behind it, put it into this formula, and voila, we'll have a scale. It matters how we compare ourselves to others. It's good to be good, but better to be great. So we want always to measure ourselves against the best. And to me, you're the best because you're here, actually. You came all the way to Iceland to attend this conference, which means you have ambition to do better. So that's what we base these awards on. So without further ado, I would like one person from each of these companies to come on stage and receive a recognition for to be fantastic. I mean, I think these people deserve a huge round of applause.